guys. Inhale the deals, man. Exhale the bullshit. You're going to go in and repeat after me. 1, 2, and 3. I'm amazing. I'm a beast. I'm a force of nature. Today's my day to win. Again, today's my day to win. Yeah! One more day. Yeah. All right, guys. Today would be December 26th. Marks 4 days till the end of the year. 4 business days. 4 business days till the end of a year, a decade, and a quarter. It's 96 hours. It's 5,760 minutes. The deal is 1 deal a day. 1 deal a day keeps all bad things away. Let me tell you a couple of stories, man. One of them is my mom's birthday is coming up. And I know yours is like a day after her, but you're not getting shit. She is, right? So let me tell you this. So in our culture, maybe some of you, kind of familiar with it. When a man marries the woman, like they give her like gold up front. We don't have the people get divorced and separate everything they got in half. That doesn't like it. You could become a billionaire after marriage, no prenups. That doesn't work out that way. But however, you give the wife gold up front, right? And that gold that my dad gave to my mom, actually, he made her sell it just months later, not even, so they can buy tickets to come to America, right? So whatever, they bought the tickets, whatever. So my dad is doing better now. So I was asking her like a few months ago, I was like, hey, do you have gold? She was like, well, do you have gold? She was like, no, I sold it back in the day. But again, to a Middle Eastern cultured woman, a woman wearing gold at a celebration is like fucking everything. That's all they live for. It's better than the kids. It's better than having kids. She loves gold more than kids. Like literally, she's a gold digger. So let me tell you this. So I'm like, okay, so you bought tickets with that, like you sold the gold and bought tickets, but he never bought it back because the deal is they keep the gold for bad days. It's a shitty mentality, but it's the real story. They keep it for bad days. So supposedly they sold it for a bad day, but the man is supposed to return it, right? When things get better. What? They've been married 30 years. I'm 27, almost 30 years, and he never bought that gold back. Then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, like the one thing he never did in his life that he could have done much better is his ability. Because your ability truly dictates your stability. Because if your ability not where it needs to be, or you're not showing the most and giving the most ability, you'll never see any of a stability in your life. And that's the one thing, every time I look at that man's face, I'm like, I love him. He's much better now, much different. But every time I dig back in our family history, I get to realize he's never gave enough effort. He always came up short with his fucking ability to create any stability for the family. And I'm thankful he played that role in his life, because it made a better man that he actually brought into life. Then my mom's birthday is coming up. And then I told my sister, which is now, I'm almost pretty much comparing my ability to my father's. And I don't know if he's going to watch this, but he's going to hate me for it. But then I asked my sister, like, yo, take my mom to the gold store, whatever you guys buy gold from. Tell her our budget is 200 up to about 250 bucks. And that's the budget. And tell her, hey, pick some. Right? So she picks this one thing. And then I told my sister, okay, then ask her if Jalal wins the lottery and becomes a billionaire, which set would you take? Right? If Jalal can buy the whole fucking country, which one would you take? She's like, I would die for this, right? So they pick up this thing, so they walk out. I sent my mom money to my sister money to go pick up that set that she picked as her dream thing, and her birthday is coming up, and she doesn't have any fucking idea. Literally, she's being given a set of 4 fucking dope ass gold bracelets, which is her dream, and then I'm getting the family together. She doesn't know. By the way, birthdays where I come from are almost against their religion, so we really never celebrated them really at all. And definitely not her. She's never been fucking celebrated in her entire life on a birthday. A woman that struggled, lived without a husband in an entire 30 years, raised the kids on her own, been treated like shit by everybody, by the family, and was never celebrated. And I get to say myself, this is why I show up to give the most and actually do the most and show off my ability to create stability for me and my family. For me to be able to say, I'm not saying, oh, because I can afford, this thing that is more expensive than the cheaper thing, but it's to be able to do things for the family that you have is what you care for, is what you work for, is what you show up every single day to actually show off your ability. Like every time I'm walking into this office, and especially after talking to family or dealing with family before I get here, I'm always fucking reminded of what matters the most. Because I get times where I do feel like I can do just a notch less and it wouldn't make much difference. But sometimes when we work a little less than we should have, and you might not even notice it, or anybody does, it wouldn't show immediately, but it will show on long term. It will show up on long term as you actually progress in life and not seeing the results that you wanted fast enough. Because truth is, you could make $1 million, I could make $1 million. I could make $1 million by 70 years old or 80 years old if I saved up maybe $10,000 a month, right? Right? If I'm just shooting random numbers, I don't even know if that's accurate, right? But who the fuck wants it at 70 as much as you wanted at 30, at 35, at 40, 45, when you could do so much life with that money? Then every time I dig back into my family's history, I'm fucking reminded nobody in this fucking family have worked hard enough. Nobody in this family woke up and said, after my grandfather, nobody fucking worked hard enough. But again, it's a third world country. What does he know? He didn't become a millionaire, not at all, but at least came above poverty. Created a little store that paid the bills, but that's about it. But nobody in the family fucking woke up and said, hey, today's gonna be a life changer. Today I'm gonna do something where the family after me will live different than they've ever fucking done. I'm gonna cut off the struggle. I'm gonna pay the price so nobody else should do or will do what I'm doing. What's after me, who's after me will carry on to take this multi-million-dollar family into a multi-billion-dollar family rather than them go back started from homeless. That's the fucking thing that I wake up for, right? Besides plenty of other fucking things. But I'm just so fucking happy to be able to wake up and say, sister, did you pick up the fucking gift? Good. Throw a fucking party for her. And if my dad says it's against the fucking religion, fuck you and all your beliefs. That's what I fucking say. I'm celebrating this fucking woman regardless what you fucking say, whether it's against the religion, with the religion, fuck you and your beliefs. I'm celebrating this fucking woman, and that's what I fucking work hard for. It's what I show up every fucking single day for. Every time I sit down with that woman, I get to hear stories about struggle. I'm creating stability in my life, and that reflects on my family. My goal is when I show the fuck up and I work and I earn because I want to be unfuckable with, for me, the family that I'm going to create and where we're going in life. I'm not saying I want to be just a billionaire. I want to be a wealthy man that can take care of his fucking own. My wife doesn't have to fucking look at anybody or ask anybody for shit. And you don't even have to become a billionaire for it. You really don't even need $1 billion. Truth is, nobody needs $1 billion. You just need to create a little bit of success and you're untouchable. And it's the fucking truth. To me, that marks $10 million. Anything over $10 million, you're fucking untouchable. Nobody can fuck with you. And that's what I show up for. And I'm just so inspired by doing what I'm doing for my mom. It feels right. Like put bragging aside, put the fucking watches aside, the fucking cars, the shit that we see on Instagram. Dude, the fact that you can call your family and fucking handle them. Because trust me, I had times where my mom asked me for $300 and I fucking couldn't give it to her. She one time asked, I said that story many times. She asked me for $300 because she needed medicine for my sister's skin. And I couldn't fucking give it to her. She asked me for less than $300. I couldn't fucking give it to her. Fast forward 8-9 years later, I'm so happy to be able to say, I can give you without even asking. Because I am creating stability in this fucking family. And I'll tell you this, Icebox Rafi, yesterday he was talking to me. It's so weird. He called me randomly on Instagram. He's like, man, I'm thinking of you. I don't know why. How are you doing? How is life? Well, a guy that done so well in life, right? I was like, dude, thank you. What makes you think of me? He's like, dude, I just ran into this guy, also Arab, and I've been meeting a lot of them, and I'm shocked that you came to America in 2010 and you're doing what you're doing. And I see those immigrants and they're not working hard and they come here to fuck around. They can't drink back home, they come to drink here. They come, back home, they come to fuck around here. It's the truth. And he said, what is different with you? I said, the truth is two things. They forgot where they came from, because there's no way you came from there. Because here's the thing, if you were a wealthy family back home, you wouldn't come to America. That means your life is 10 times better than here, I promise. Because money can do more back home than can do here. And two, they fucking come here and they're selfish motherfuckers. They come here, they're selfish motherfuckers. When I see people that is struggling because of financial reasons and not working hard, I get to meet a one selfish motherfucker. You're selfish, you're arrogant, you're stupid. That's what I fucking think of. Because if you don't care for money, your family does. And nobody's saying go out and make $1 billion. We're saying it creates stability for your family. When Gabe shows up and he talks about his fucking kids, he talks about his kids because that's his reason. He shows up because he wants to create stability that he wants to provide for the people he cares about the most. I know Roy wants to do the same, right? Roy is a family man. He wants to marry the woman he loves. He wants to create a family, right? And he's showing up to create that fucking stability. Each one of us show up to create stability in our life. But if we show up and do less than we think we should, and it's not noticeable, we will never get stability. Remember, when you're doing any less than your ability could reach at most, you will never see stability. The easiest way to never seeing comfort in your life is staying comfortable in the workspace, because all you gotta do is work your motherfucking ass off for 5 fucking years and your life will be golden after. And it's the fucking truth. I'm not saying in 5 years you'll become a billionaire, but in 5 years you'll never worry about a bill. You'll have real estate that pays your fucking bills. You're so fucking stable, you're fucking untouchable, and you will never be broke again unless you go fucking stupid. Like you go gamble it all at the Hard Rock. That's the only way you could lose your money. All you gotta do is get rich fucking once, and I know all of you heard that one before. All you gotta do is fucking get rich once before. If by year 2, Roger, he's approaching year 2, he's into year 2, becomes a landlord this year, then if you only gained 1 to 2 properties as you progress a year, as a fucking landlord making money here, now you're making money 2 fucking ways, I will guarantee you in 5 fucking years or less, you're driving your car, you live in your nice place, you have your woman or man, whatever that you know, I'm telling you, and you'll never be worried about income ever again. Now you get to work because you fucking choose to, not because you got a AT&T collector with his foot up your ass, pay your bill. You know how bothered I was that Miami-Dade County just called me, hey, you forgot to pay your bill, we're gonna cut off your water. I'm like, bitch, I haven't got calls like this in years. What is this? You call me to tell me you're gonna cut off my water? I was so pissed. I'm like, dude, I thought I'm past those days. I'm still getting these calls. You forgot to pay your bills? And I would play stupid. Oh my God, I forgot. I didn't. I ain't got it, man. But I needed water. Don't cut it off. Give me 2 more weeks. Right? But then I run there and I figure out what's the problem. Remember, stability created. You showed up, you fucking give the most. That's your fucking ability. So you'll never fucking ever again get a Dade County call and telling you forgot to pay your bill, because you really did. Next time you want to get those, it's because it's a mistake. Because that was my first answer. Like, are you sure? You're calling the right guy? Yeah, is it 720? No, it was 60. Yeah, that's me. Okay, let me figure it out. Mazen, he already figured it out. Stability created. You don't want to get to age 50 and regret your entire life. You fucking run your day like it's the first Monday of 2020 and it's never fucking ending. Don't fuck with me. I'm telling you, don't fuck with me. 2020, I'm telling you, I'm willing to fucking lose this entire fucking office and come back in 2020 to build it again, because if you give me the bullshit that I could see today because the year is fucking ending, the fuck that. I need people that are fucking committed. I'm replaceable. All of you are replaceable. I work to fucking secure, to create your fucking stability in this office, outside this office, because I fucking mean it. We posted the video, this kid making the money he did last week on, I forgot the day. And like all my videos get this certain amount of views and comments. That one video in specific, seeing younger, dude, just think of this. My dad's fucking 60. You're 20 and got 40 years on you. He has literally about right above $80,000 in savings. You have almost 30% of my father's savings. I'm not even talking about what's already in your bank account. I'm talking about just that one check. Add all that up, you almost got half of what my dad got. Or almost. At age 20, no debt. Let that sink in. And that man worked for the U.S. Air Force for all his life. Broke. The message today is just to remind you, because I made a commitment myself. When I show up every day to this morning meeting, I remind you of the good and the bad. By any means, I don't show up to this morning meeting to show you, oh, look at my life, it's so perfect. No, I don't. I actually told that to Roger when he started doing the 1 p.m. I was like, yo, this meetings that we do, it's vulnerability. It's me showing up and tell you, hey, Gabe, I made this mistake, don't do it. Hey, Gabe, this worked out for me, do it. Hey, this never worked for me, it was bad, don't do it. Right? This landlord thing is getting good for me, hey, you should do it. Right? And that's how your life starts to change. But this morning, I'm showing up to tell you, man, let me tell you, and I'm going to end with this. Dude, like, it's crazy that my family don't notice this, but we've been through so much shit. And I was the kid that was aware. I'm younger, but I'm aware. I was in like 6, 7, 8, up to 12 years old. So I'm aware, and I was always way smarter and older than my own age. So I know my surroundings very well. And I've seen so much pain in my life and that my mom and my parents went through, that they've been through so much of it that they're oblivious that that's wrong. They think it's just life. They think it's life. At some point, my sisters started thinking, and I know I keep getting into different topics, but my sisters were thinking it's okay to be in a bad marriage. It's okay for a man to treat you in a certain way. It's okay for your man to treat you like your father treated your mom. It's okay to be ignored, and it's okay not to be loved. And I literally sat down with my sister before her, like after she got engaged. I sat down with her and talked to her for an hour. Okay, now what we're doing is and I know she watched that movie, you know, Men in Black, that little machine. It's like, that's what we're doing. I had a remote control in my hand. I was like, this is the machine. You're gonna forget everything you learned about marriage and relationships, and that's what we're doing. And this is not how you're gonna be treated. And if that man treat you any less than everything I just told you, let me know, because I'm gonna send him to the hospital or to the graveyard, and I'm for sure going to jail. If he does anything less than what I just told you, I beg you to let me know. And I said that to both my sisters. Because I am the change. I am the game changer in my family tree. And I truly pray and hope each one of you will have that in their lifetime. Average. Literally. Go get whatever the you want. You want your kids, go work for it. You wanna send them to Harvard, go work for it. Nobody owe nobody shit. The marketplace don't owe nobody motherfucking nothing. I seen the good, I seen the bad, and I still see bad. Who gives a Life is it's gonna turn out amazing. I did this thing on my story 2 days ago, and everybody was like astonished by what I said. Like, I got so many messages, which is what I said. Hey, look, man, I've been through bad days too. Can Jesus do shit? The man got burned on a piece of wood, but he had an amazing life, and today's gonna be amazing. Ain't nobody dragging any of your asses down to get burned and shit, and you think your day's bad? You're stupid. I was like feeling bad about my fucking IRS bill, and then I started looking at the problems that I could be going through. I'm like, dude, I can't believe I'm this ungrateful. Thank the fucking Lord for this problem. Let's fucking go get whatever the fuck we want. Come on, guys. Red leather, black leather. 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 New York, unique. 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 New York. Let's go. We ready. Come on. We